Welcome out to the Unscheduled podcast. I'm your host, Zach, along with one of my best friends.
That's me, your senpai, Javi. Oh yeah, we're bringing the honorifics here.
Oh my god, I was not ready for that. Not at all.
Yeah.
You really had that one ready to go too. Like that was fired off.
Exactly. But Zach, I think you know why we need the honorifics for today.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You got it. You got it, Javi-san.
Absolutely. I've been downgraded to San? Nah, just kidding. I'm kidding.
I was about to say, who became the senpai in this partnership?
Well, we're senpais to all of our viewers, but that's besides the point.
Sure, why not? Anyway, so if you guys are tuning in today, welcome. Glad we're back. You know, we haven't died. You know, it's just what
Absolutely.
Unscheduled is. You never really know when an episode is coming out.
Absolutely.
However, we are bringing back another. So we had fun working on this a while back, and we're probably going to continue this as like its own little mini series.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still going to be part of the podcast. Don't worry, we're not suddenly branching off and doing like a mini series dedicated to that. No. This isn't what this is about. It's actually kind of a mixture of two things. But
Mm-hmm.
so Javi and I got to thinking because I was listening. I was watching a new anime the other day, and the soundtrack was just awesome. And so I decided, hey, let's go back and pick what are our best or like favorite anime openings.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're gonna be going with that. We're gonna be going with so this is gonna be our top 10 anime openings. And this isn't gonna be like, you know, we're not saying these are our favorite animes, that they're the best anime openings. No, these are just our subjective opinions and the like music we enjoyed from them. And this is just gonna be openings though. This isn't going to be, This is not going to be outros. This isn't going to be theme songs. This is just openings.
Yeah.
So the rules we set for ourselves were neither of us could have a repeat of each other's. We could not pick the same series. And we're only allowed one song per series.
Yeah.
And and that's it. So long as it was an intro, that's it. And we will be we'll be playing the full songs today because you know we're in that, I think it's in that legal gray area of YouTube, and you know it's not like we're being monetized by this.
Yeah, no, I mean it'd be a problem if we were like, you know, if we had Dollar Shave Club on here or some shit like that, but you know we're not at that level right now, so I don't think it really matters.
No, but with that, we'll be getting into this, and you know. We'll just be reviewing it, giving our thoughts, and again, this is our own subjective order. So, and if you guys want to comment, or if you guys want to talk about it, comment below, and let us know what you guys think. Because you know, it's just like I'm always open to new animes and anime intros and outros, because you know, there are just some really good bangers out there.
Absolutely, and also just to like mention, in case it wasn't like explicitly clear. It's 5 songs from each of us, and we'll be going up from our least favorite air quotes to our most favorite like anime intro.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Yeah. It's each of our top 5s.
Exactly.
So with that, I guess we'll start us off here. You know.
Go ahead.
So this one, almost anyone is gonna recognize this song who's like casually even listened to anime. And I'm already reading the comments right now in my mind's eye. They're just like, oh, why did you pick this? Or, oh, this is really good. Or, really, you picked this song?
Oh man.
I know it. I know it's gonna happen. Someone's gonna give me shit for this. I'm ready for it. I'm just saying. I already see you posting that comment, troll 1234. I already see it. I see you, and I'm ready for you. But this is by far one of my favorite anime openings, and it will always bring a smile to my face every time I hear it.
Where are you going? 光全部集めて say goodbye.
So, welcome back if you're still here and not like yelling at us and or just bailing on it for
boy.
picking this song.
Yeah, you passed the vibe check essentially if you're still listening with us.
And thank you for that, because, you know, we're glad to have you here. So, with that, guys, that is by far one of my favorites. By far, hands down, one of my favorite anime intros. And for those who don't know, just by some miracle you don't know this and you're wondering, what song is this? That is Snow Fairy by the band Funkist. And so, you know, when back when young weeb me was getting into anime, so I had picked up a couple anime here and there. Problem was I hadn't watched anything consistently. But this is gonna kind of show my age just a little bit. But about 10 years ago, before streaming really took off, Funimation had a TV channel.
Yep.
If anyone remembers that, on Verizon Files, Funimation had a TV channel, and I would watch a bunch of anime, and that is where I found Fairy Tail. You know, most people said their first like anime experiences was Toonami, or it was like 4Kids, or, you know, WB Kids when that was a thing. And, you know, I was in that boat for a bit. I was in there, but Funimation is where... The Funimation channel was where I really thrived, because I found so many anime, niche and popular there. It was just really good. I miss the Funimation channel, to be honest, but that's where I found Fairy Tail. So I had never seen Fairy Tail before or heard of it. Like, this is before I really even started reading manga. And so suddenly I was watching one day and Fairy Tail came on, and it started with this intro. And the moment I heard that intro, I was like, hello, what is this? And, you know, that was kind of more of my, like, full gateway into just following more and more anime.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that just kind of speaks to the importance of a good intro, because, like, you said that, like that intro literally drew you into, like, what is now what you consider, like, one of your favorite, like, intros of all time. So, like, definitely, yeah.
Hands down, still one of my favorite anime. As much as some people bitch and moan about it, this is still by far one of my favorites. And for me, I was just like, okay, this is, like, it just hit all the right notes, literally.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's a very lively intro. I'll say that. Like, I mean, which definitely fits with the tone of the show.
Oh yeah.
And so, like, to me, I couldn't really think, like, first, like I just mentioned before, like, first impressions are so, like, important, and I don't think you could get a really more apt sort of gateway into, like, what the show's about. So, yeah, I mean, that's all I really have to say about that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was really good, and, you know, it still holds up for me today, as well as the fact that it's still one of my favorite anime of all time.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to go into your next one? Do you want to just let it play, or do you want to talk about it and then let it play?
You know what? Let's kind of keep the train going with the songs first, and then we'll talk about it.
All right, sounds good to me. All right, so here is your number 5.
Yes, sir.
「
So a bit of a
All
disclaimer
right.
here. Just a bit of a disclaimer. Apologies if the sound is not the best.
Yeah.
Like we're working with the not video files, audio files we have, and some of them are just not the best in
Yeah.
terms of sound. So like I'll try to adjust for you guys, but yeah, that's the best I can really do right now. But
Uh,
anyway, yeah, go ahead and talk about it.
yeah. So it's so funny, Zach, that like, um, I this was not like in my top five until I had listened to everything I had like watched to like every all of the intros I had like listened to before, and
Yeah,
then I realized, damn, okay, this is actually one of my favorites, and it's so funny because like we were mentioning I was mentioning before about like how does the intro for Fairy Tale is like so well suited for like the tone of the show. The actual animation, much more than the song, I would say. For this for or yeah, the animation for this song, in particular, really does a good job of like easing you into like the weirdness of Kill la Kill
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
in case you guys don't know what Kill la Kill is about, essentially the main power system in that show is like a school uniform. The better your school uniform is, the more powerful you are as a person.
It's not
And
just school uniforms; it's like clothing. Period.
yeah, clothing exactly. So the way they kind of show that, and then the music itself is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but the actual intro is just so great. It packs so much into like such a little amount of time, and for me, it's probably my favorite intro that really does kind of show you like, oh my god, this is what's going to be happening in the show. So that's what I really enjoy about it.
Yeah, and looking at this, it looks like it's by
Oh, that's right. If you don't mind, I'll say
yeah.
it's
Yeah, go
by
ahead, go ahead. I'm
yeah
trying to
the
even
song
read that.
yeah the song is called Serious, and it's by an artist named Air Owie.
Is that how you say it? Is it Air Owie or Air Aoi?
Honestly, bro, I'm not even gonna try and pretend I know. That's just the way I thought of it when I read
You know
it.
what? It is what it be. It is what it be.
Yeah,
Apologies if we butcher that name though. If you
yeah.
guys want to correct us, just leave a comment below. Okay.
Hmm.
So, I mean, that's I've watched Kill la Kill, and I it's a good intro. It's definitely not on like my radar, but that is a really good intro, and I've seen a lot of
Hmm.
people really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I remember it was popular during the era of AMV.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
That's something I haven't seen in a while.
Goodness.
Yeah, but okay. You present Kill la Kill. Well, sir, I raise you, and here we go.
Walking in a crowd, in a faceless town, I need to feel the touch of a friend. In the countryside, I wander far and wide. The isolation gets me again. I don't know where to go when I feel like crying. Oh my, it's time to open myself to something new. I wanna stop and grow up again. Then suddenly, my power and confidence start swelling up, magically erupt. And it's all because of kindness that I feel from people I don't even know. Then suddenly, my intuition and my wisdom grow. And then I know that most of all I sense compassion's real. Thanks to strangers wherever I go. Thank you for waking me up.
Oh yeah.
Good
Oh yeah.
God. Yeah.
You have Kill la Kill, and I raise you a Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah. I mean, for I know a lot of people that's their number one, and they've watched so many anime. So the fact that it's number four is really incredible, I think.
Oh, trust me,
Yeah.
Yu Yu Hakusho will always be one of my favorite anime of all time. That goes without saying.
Yeah.
That just goes without saying. But there are still some anime, in intros at least, that, in my opinion, are better.
Yeah.
But for those who don't know, this is the song is called "Smile Bomb" by the artist. So, it was originally done by I looked it up and I still couldn't actually find it. I found them, then I lost them, and so let me look it up here real quick. It is done by. I promise you, I know where we're going with this.
It's okay.
It's done by Megami Ogata.
Okay.
And she sings the original Japanese version. However, for the, I guess the English dub is the best way to put it, because I don't remember which company does it off the top of my head. It looks like it says it's covered by Sarah White, so I could not find any info. Like, I looked this up, and there was no info on. There's no info whatsoever on like who Sarah White was, or like her work or anything.
God, that's so weird. Because like Yu Yu Hakusho is like I said just before, it's one of the most famous animes of all time. So the fact that there's like no real information on the English singer of the song is actually pretty crazy to me.
No kidding. Like, I was looking this up and I was like, wow, like there is legit no info here. And Yu Yu Hakusho is still one of the most popular anime ever.
Absolutely. I mean, like, I definitely think for more people that like grew up after it was airing, it's maybe not as popular as it might have been for like people like my brother that watched it when it was like still going on. But, like, you know, it's still very like well known, obviously. So I mean, but yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it and like, for me, I love Yu Yu Hakusho. It's still one of the best written stories ever. And like the anime intro holds up for how long that intro played.
Oh,
but
I never got tired of the intro. It never overstayed, like it does not overstay its welcome at all. As a matter of fact, I get more excited as the song goes on, which I think I definitely think that's a testament to, you know, because like it's a shonen anime, obviously.
Yeah,
so
it's meant to get you pumped.
Exactly. So I mean, top marks for that in that regard, obviously.
No kidding. I don't. I mean, for me, it's just like the song is so good, and that it just like every single time I would pull up an episode and watch it, I knew exactly what I was in for. So to me, it was one of those things that you just didn't skip. And usually my rule is, so how I usually watch anime, my rule is the very first episode, you watch it from full intro to full outro. And if there is no intro, you do it for the second episode.
Yeah.
But after that, you can skip all the intros and outros until the very last episode, and then you watch the full thing in all its glory again.
Absolutely. That's what I did with Souls at Work, obviously. Honestly. Yeah.
Yep. And you know, I mean, it's just surprising to me that song is not like, I don't have as much info online. And if you guys find the info, send it my way. Tag me on Twitter at ZachTheSF, or, you know, post some link or info in the comments below.
Yeah.
And, you know, let me know where I can find it and get more info on this. But yeah,
Definitely.
It is just such a good song. All right. Your turn.
Absolutely. So this is my top number 4 pick, and let's just roll with it.
Okay, here we go. That was pretty good. Not gonna lie, that was
Oh
pretty
yeah.
good.
That yeah. So that was opening eight. Oh, so actually, let me just say that song is by the girl group Girlfriend, and the song name is called Sky and Blue. And that is actually the eighth opening of Black Clover. P.S. Like that opening is from the last time like I watched Black Clover, which was like 7 months ago.
Oh boy!
Like,
Wow! I can just hear all the Black Clover fans in the background. Catch
oh,
up!
like yeah, no, I haven't watched like that's from like the season I'm current or like the arc I'm currently watching.
Yeah.
But yeah, to like gonna get deeper into like the actual like intro. Something I really enjoy about this intro is without spoilers, in case because like I just said, this is like pretty like deep into the actual anime.
Yeah.
Um, what I really enjoy about this intro is the way it really showcases the bond between Asta and Yuno, who are the two like sort of protagonists, I guess you could call them. And
Right.
just seeing those two kind of grow and getting to the point where they're at that point of the story is just so beautiful, especially with that song as it kind of evolves. In the beginning, it's very, sort of calm and peaceful because it's showcasing like their origins and like how they grew up together. And then as it goes on, it becomes a little more sort of excitable and sort of more rambunctious as things are kind of becoming a little more tumultuous in their current
Right.
situation. So
Right.
I think that's a very beautiful sort of matching of the tone of the story at where it's at, and then the actual song itself. And that to me is just what makes it so great.
I get you on that. So for me, okay. Get ready for you to roast me in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I have not watched Black Clover.
That's right, you've read it.
Yeah.
that's
I've
right.
read it. I have not watched it yet. I have a friend, and like you and a few other friends have told me essentially I should watch it, and it is on my to watch list when I freaking
Yeah.
have time,
Oh yeah.
But it is on my to watch list. There is a lot I do want to catch up on with that show.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the thing was for me is just that I had started off directly with the manga,
Right.
and I don't know what it is. I just never got excited to see it animated.
Right.
And the thing is, because the manga is so fast, like the manga is very fast in how it updates.
Yeah.
I was just like, it pulled away from the anime very quickly, and then I know the anime is recently caught up.
Wow.
But for me, I was just like, okay, why watch the anime when I already know what's going to happen? That's kind of what it is for me.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe for
No,
me,
I-
I grew up in in the era of a lot of intro anime too, where it was just like one 13 episode series. Remember when those were a thing? that were simply
Oh.
made to get you into like the manga itself.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like we've talked about this before on the podcast, where like
Yeah.
a lot of anime are produced purely for the sole purpose of like getting you to the manga, which is a lot more in depth, sort of maybe fleshed out even a bit more. That's not
Yeah.
covered in the anime. And I totally get what you're saying with that. Here's my kind of hot take. I don't think you need to watch the anime if you're reading the manga. It's I recommend it. I do recommend the anime.
Yeah, very much so. It's not a requirement.
But I will say, if you're reading the manga, from my experience, just from watching it, I personally don't think you have to, because there are some things definitely with regards to the anime. Let me just say this right now. I don't want to disappoint you,
Yeah.
but there are definitely some moments in the show, and I get it. Animation is very hard, and I totally respect animators and creators, just period. But
Right.
there are just some scenes that just look horrible. It just does not look good. Like there
Gotcha.
are genuinely some. So
Yeah.
in that regard, I don't think you're missing out on too much, to be honest. But
Okay.
I do recommend.
Yeah. So I do plan on eventually watching it. I don't know which version I'm gonna watch, and by version I mean subbed or dubbed. I don't
Right,
know
yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
Mhm.
I don't know. But it's definitely one that I feel like I should give it a shot. My whole thing is just gonna be like, do I want to watch from the beginning, or do I want to watch from like where like the anime and manga kind of intersect and left off? So
Right. Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what I decide in the future. But that's not the conversation we're happening right now. But
Hmm.
what was interesting though to me is like it is not the most energetic song. It's kind of soft,
Hmm.
and that surprises me considering how like high octane some Black Clover is. But it also is
Yeah.
very fitting because Black Clover, and this is just my quick analysis of it. If you want more of my thoughts on anime, please go back and listen to our episode on animes we recommend.
Absolutely. Yeah. There you go.
But my thought on this, real quick, is just like Black Clover does have a bit of a lull where they'll go a very long time without a fight, and then suddenly they're in a fight.
Hmm. Yeah.
So it's not constantly fighting, which is something that's pretty common in shonen. Like it's like it's very rare that they have like a very extended break, but Black Clover seems to have it that way. But that's besides the point anyway. But
Hmm.
yeah, I do like the intro. I don't know if it's something that I would consistently listen to, but I can see why you would like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now I got another one. But I don't know how many people will actually recognize it. And if you recognize this, please let me know down in the comments below because I would love to find other fans of this anime. But here we go.
Now I've lost it. I know I can kill. The truth exists beyond the gates.
Don't want anything anymore. I don't feel the way as before. 絡めた一つの胸の隙間で欲しがるだけの乾いたこの体が汚れた指先で夢しそうに飛んでちぎれるまで君をこじ開けて浅い眠りの中離れた想いがきしむ何もかも今は全て消し去れた So we rise, close your eyes, down for it Hold inside, just howling in the shadows
Whoo! Oh my gosh, that's a good way to get my blood pumping.
I was
That's
about
a-
to say, like, I was actually banging my head towards the beginning, like, already. I was like, okay, okay.
Yeah, that's a really good way to get like just your blood pumping right there. So for those who don't know this, that is the very first intro for the anime Darker Than Black, which, if you're no stranger to me, that is by far my number one anime. It is my favorite, hands down. Hands down, it's my favorite. And like it is by a band called Abingdon Boys School, Howling, or yeah, something like that. And then the song is called Howling Inch Punch. So, I mean, if that doesn't get you at least some of the energy of the show, then I don't know what will. I will say this though, the song is great, but I think it goes just a little bit better also with the cinematics
Yeah.
of the anime intro, which is a big part of anime intros too.
Yeah.
Because like there are really good anime intros with some bad like intro animatics though.
Yeah, like actual, like, yeah, visuals. Yeah, I totally get you.
Yep. So and I think that's what kind of adds to some of these great anime intros, is that the video that goes along with it just gets you way more excited, and it just has so much more energy that way.
Yeah, something I really love about anime intros is the sort of visual metaphors they incorporate into the intros to get you actually, like, sort of subconsciously thinking about, like, what's actually going to be happening in this show. Like, that's very prevalent actually in my next pick, but we'll stick with this song first. But,
Yeah.
Uh, Yeah, I just love it when that happens. And
Oh
actually,
yeah.
now, Zach, funnily enough, this song is actually on my to watch list, and maybe I'll actually push it up the queue, and it'll become one of the more, maybe it'll be something I'll be watching, uh, in the future, not too
Yeah.
long from now.
Yeah, yeah, I highly recommend it. Like this is still to me this anime has aged like fine wine and it has just like it is so good in its storytelling and the fact that like it has I think 2 seasons, an OVA season and then I think a movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just I you love the main character from start to finish. It's so much to do and so great. So, you know, I enjoy it thoroughly. Like and you know, it just I definitely tell you listen to this song and also just go watch the anime. Like there I cannot say much about it without literally getting into like how big and spoiler ish things the explanation would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I can't English.
Neither can I, man.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. Well, I see your next one.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
集中できてないなまだ体が迷っているんだ震えてたんだコントロールしちゃってブレンダー太陽も月も何も完全にこっち向いていないがやるしかないんだ言い聞かせるようにそうつぶやいた状況は悪いがただ逃げ出すんじゃ根性ないな展望はないが度胸でクリアするしかないや衝動は抑えたまんまターゲットとの感覚探れ必要なもんは勝つプライドを味わうのは勝利のフィールしかそれとも敗北の不純かそう全ては二つに一つ操りたい運命の糸絶好のゴールデンタイムこの手で掴める渾身のフォーカリス決めて仕掛けるよイリュージョンの世界へ引きずり込んで際限ないプレッシャーゲームスルリと抜けて栄光のボーダーライン飛び越えるために雨にどれくらいの代償がいる手放したくないのはどれ
Oh man.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Oh
So
boy.
So,
If you
in case-
if you haven't heard that intro, hi, welcome to anime.
yeah, I was about to say, in case you're like me, who's been living under a rock or partly under a rock for the past 9 years or so,
Yeah.
that song is called "Golden Time Lover" by Tsukima Switch, and that is the third opening for Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
God, that is by probably arguably their best intro.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite. That's why I put it on
Oh yeah,
here. Like
yeah, no,
it is.
I respect it very much what you've picked right there. Like that is top tier. I like that is really good. I have no complaints about it.
Absolutely. And I was mentioning before how I really enjoy, watching visual metaphors. Without getting into
Yeah.
spoiler territory with the song, there are so many things that happen in this intro that like look like things could actually happen in the show, but you're like, what the fuck? Like, when does that, what's gonna happen here? And then when those things get resolved or they actually incorporate themselves into a coherent way, it is so satisfying to like realize, oh, that's what they were trying to showcase in the intro. It's just so great. And then obviously the music itself, like it's almost like it is energetic as it kind of goes on, but in the beginning it's also very very tame. It's very beautiful, and then it evolves into that very energetic full
Yeah.
out sort of battle that also without getting into spoiler territory, that's kind of what Full Alchemist kind of evolves into in a certain sense. So it's just perfect in that
Oh
sense.
yeah, definitely. I would definitely say that is again, if you have not watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood specifically, go watch
Yeah.
it. Like that, we've already talked about this before. Hell, we've had an entire episode dedicated to this. with our friend Peter, which
Oh,
you can
yeah.
also go back and listen to.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that is going to be like one of the found I would say foundations of like your anime watching days in my opinion. Like it would definitely be one you stick with.
Yeah, I have never heard anyone like complain about Full Alchemist being like considered like one of like someone's favorite anime. Everyone's just like, you know what? Fair enough. It's very good. Like
Yeah.
it's beyond
Yeah.
good. I think I think like just to kind of quickly go on to it. I think in terms of the story, the pacing, the setting, the
Yeah. Yeah.
characters, the way everything kind of connects. I think in those regards, I haven't seen anything that really comes close into how it excels in those areas. So that's just my personal take on that.
Oh no, I get it. I get it. And again, if you guys want more of our thoughts on it, you can go back and listen to our episode on it.
Hell yeah.
But with that, I think it's a good place to move on from here because, as much as I love that anime, there are still so many more out there we have yet to explore, and they're being more and more made every day.
Absolutely.
So, here is we finally passed that third part threshold. We're now into the we're into the top 2 for both of us, and that's where like this is where it becomes like if this is number 2, what is number 1?
Yep. This is the final battle of our tournament arc here.
Yeah,
So,
seriously. Okay, you ready for it?
Hell yeah, man.
Here we go.
Strong like an edge of a samurai sword, the mental blade cut through flesh and bone. Though my mind's at peace, the world out of order, missing in the heat. Night gets colder. Oh yes, I have to find my path. No less walk on earth, water and fire. The elements compose a matter. Opens my motor, so piranhas amalgam. Steel packed tight in micro chip on my arm, on the sign of all pro. The ultimate reward is done out of war that odds with the times and wars with no lords. A freelancer, a battle cry of a hawk, make a dove fly and a tear dry. Wonder why lone wolf don't roll with the clan, only trust instincts and be home with the plan. Some days, some nights, some live, some die in the way of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, some up, some down, the sons of a battle cry. Some days, some nights, some live, some die in the name of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, some up, some down, the sons of a battle cry. Battle cry.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was good.
Oh man.
That was good. Like that was something I thoroughly just whew. I love me some high octane music, some like high energy, but that was some of the chillest and greatest beats ever.
Oh my, like I was about to say, like I would listen to that driving in the car.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
like especially like at midnight, the boys just got back from Iron Age or some shit. You're just
Yeah.
going back home. Oh my goodness.
Oh
yeah, I
yeah,
love
that's a
that
good
so
song
much.
to fall asleep to. That's just a song to do work to. And it's almost a crime in a way. It's almost really bad in a way that like the song itself, like if you listen to the very full song, it's so much better as the full song. But as an intro, it's a great intro. But you gotta listen to the full song. And this is the song is called it is called Battle Cry by Nujabe Beats. And just do yourself that favor and listen to the entirety of the song, because it is just something you won't regret, because it's like it holds such a nice tempo and rhythm to what the anime actually brings.
Yeah, I was about to ask that. Like, how does this actual song compare to the actual show itself?
It definitely it definitely I won't say it will prepare you what you're in for. It goes with the aesthetic of the show though. It very much goes with the aesthetic.
Absolutely. I was actually about to comment on that. Like the visuals are beautiful. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
really enjoy everything about this. The intro is like the colors, the way they change, and like how sort of like that. It just looks so great, and it makes sense for like the colors to be a little more dulled with the sort of like you said, like the very relaxed tone of the song. It's
Yeah.
really great in that aspect.
Yeah. And to me it's just like you don't even need to play this as like an anime intro. This is just really good as a standalone song. Like you just listen to the song standalone and you won't even realize it's an anime intro at all. So, with that though, we have your next one, Javi.
Sir, my pick for number two.
Okay.
And I mean, I hope people have heard this, but if not, get ready for what I consider to be one of the best intros of all time. But let's go with it, man.
Yep.
自分を世界さえも変えてしまえそうな瞬間はいつもすぐそばに隠せぬ苛立ちと立ち尽くす自分を見つめ迷いながら悩みながら悔やみながら決めればいいさ君がくれた言葉一つ戸惑いは消え去り空っぽだった僕の部屋に光が差した見上げた大空が青く澄み切ってゆく閉ざした窓を開くこと決めた自分を世界さえも変えてしまえそうな瞬間を感じる今ここに
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, hell
man.
yeah. I already know. Dude, like, I know we're hyping these up so much, but hell yeah. If that is your number 2, I can't wait for your number 1.
Oh man. Okay, so this song is called Colors by a very famous Japanese group called Flow. And this this is the first opening. And it's for anime called Code Geass. And in case, like, again, kind of in the same way, if you haven't watched Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, like me also, like I just gotta say that every time. If you're like me, who hasn't watched either of these shows before, at least until a certain point, get on that. But like, this song is just so great.
I will say.
Like-
Oh, no. Go ahead. I'm going to let you finish.
Yeah, like the energy that this song brings, like it doesn't, it might not seem like it at first, that it doesn't seem like that energetic, but like after a few listens, at least, especially for me, like it
Yeah.
just absolutely, like I feel like the main character when I listen to the song.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
That's how I feel. Like I don't know about you, Zach, but that's just my feelings on that.
The one thing I will say about this song, and it kind of goes against everything we were talking about earlier. This song and like anime intro does not get you ready for like the actual tone of this show, though.
No, I don't think so at all. I would also argue that like the the visuals, in my opinion, aren't actually that well matched with the song itself.
No,
But-
it's not. It's not.
But the song itself is just so good that honestly, it doesn't really matter to me. Like,
Right? No.
like that's how I feel about it.
I get it. Like I'm right there with you. Like, it is something that for me, it's just like, it is just that good of a intro. It's still a really good intro. it's just the whole energy and pace of the show. That song is not it. Like if you like when you
Yeah.
listen to that intro and then you watch the anime, you are just like, this is very different.
Yeah, it's like if you listen to the Rolling Stones and then you started playing chess or something like that. That's essentially what it is. Like, that's
It
the way
is
I think
very
of it.
much. It is very much not like. It does not match, but somehow yet it still works. And you
Yeah,
know,
I
I
agree with
like.
that.
I credit that. Like again, I'm telling you right now, if that is your number 2, I'm very excited for your number 1.
Hell yeah, man.
Okay. Well, here we are. We made it. We got to my number 1, and I'm just like I'm just gonna give my explanation to everything after this point. I'll just like everything after this. I will explain why it is my number 1. So here we go.
Just wanna hold your hand. Just wanna hold your hand. Just wanna hold your hand. 狂って平気次第に時代は変わって終わらない焦燥狂って平気出会うはずだったあなたと狂ってないだ忘れない愛を探してつなぎたいずっと狂って平気それでも未来は狂って平気くだらない笑顔飛ばして意味のないコソロ狂って平気私の名前を儚
Oh boy.
Oh God, yeah. If you've known me long enough, this isn't just in like knowing me on YouTube, knowing me on Twitch. If you've just known me long enough, you know I have recommended this song to you. You know I have blasted this song, that I love this song so freaking much. That was the first intro to Noragami Arigoto. Arigoto. And
Yeah.
the song is called Hey Kids by one of my favoritely named groups, the Oral Cigarettes.
As opposed to ear cigarettes and stuff like that. But yeah.
There are so many jokes with that. But the whole thing is just that song is high energy going in, it's high energy going out, and the short burst clips of English are so much fun to listen to as like you play it throughout the song.
Yeah.
Like there is just so much that came with that I was just like, oh, I love it so much.
Yeah, that song really just does not, like, once it starts, it doesn't stop for anyone. Like that song
No.
is just I mean, so just for context, like I only watched like the first part of Noragami, which is like just Noragami, and I think
Yeah.
Arigato is like the second part.
Yeah, it's essentially season 2.
Yeah. So I only watched the first part. Well, actually, I did watch like a few episodes of the second part, but when I've heard that song before I watched Noragami, and I was like, where the fuck is this from? And then when I watched Noragami Arigato, the first episode for the first time, I was like, oh shit, that's the song. That's the song that I hear all the
yeah.
fucking time. And then, but I mean, that is a very infamous song, and for good reason. It is just incredible in my opinion.
Oh, it's great. And to me, it will not stop. Like, I was really having trouble, like, figuring out what was number one. Like, what was the one that was going to supersede all the anime intros I've listened to? Which one is going to just be above and beyond all of them? And, the
Yeah.
more I thought on it, and I'm like, which song have I actively looked? Which song have I will just, like, listen to anytime and I'll be good? And which song works just better even outside of an anime intro? So that was that. That was Hey Kids. Because, like, if you've ever found that song that you just, like, it connects to you, you don't know why it connects to you, but it does, and it just makes you feel good, that's that song for me in terms of, like, anime intros. And
Oh hell yeah, man.
on top of that, do yourself a favor, look up the music video. Freaking look up the music video, because it is so random, just great joy to watch that music video. Like, if you want to inject dopamine into you, watch that music video. That is
Yeah.
just the best recommendation I can give. And it holds the energy of the show so well, but it can stand alone as well.
Yeah.
So I just can't stop singing its praises. That's really what it is for me. But that was my number one. Javi, I cannot wait to see what your number one is. Or I guess
All right,
here in
let's-
this case.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Javi's number one anime intro.
大地を踏みしめて君は目覚めてゆく天使の微笑みで連れ出して孤独でも一人じゃないさ生まれてきたことに必ず意味がある You can smile again 太陽浴びて You can fly away 世界は君の輝き渡ってる大地を踏みしめて君は目覚めてゆく天使の微笑みで連れ出して始まりはいつでも遅くないさ何度でも立ち上がれ
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I can see
Oh,
it.
man.
I can see it. I can hear it. I can definitely hear it.
Oh man. So that song was just now is called Departure with an exclamation point. And it's by an artist called Masatoshi Ono. And that song is the only opening for Hunter x Hunter. And you're probably wondering, why do I mention the fact that it's the only opening for Hunter x Hunter? Well, my friend, Hunter x Hunter, the 2011 rendition of it at least, is 148 episodes long. 140 episodes. In case you, just to contextualize that, that is essentially 12 seasons of anime. Okay? And that is the opening for all of them. But in my opinion, the song itself really does carry its weight in that sense. I never really thought to myself, oh, this song is cool, but I love a different intro. No, this song for me always does it. And in that sense, I think that's part of why it's my favorite. I never really thought to myself, this anime needs another intro. I'm sick of this. No, this is the one for me.
Dude, it's like watching that intro, just on top of watching and listening to it, I was just like, yeah, I really need to get into Hunter x Hunter. Like, that is a really good way to get someone into it. Like, we talked about this earlier with the whole fairy tale intro and stuff, but that is really good. That is definitely something that needs to be used for just like like not even be used. Like it uses the music very well to like get someone into the series. Because I was watching and listening, and I'm like, man, I need to give this series a try.
So it's so good. And then you also considering the fact that there's so many different like tones and then also different ways that the series kind of like goes in. I mean, the fact that this song really covers all those bases, again, it's multi-use in that sense. And like you just said, the excitement I get every time from listening to that song and then seeing what's going to be happening in the arc that I'm watching is unparalleled. I mean, it's to me, this is the perfect intro.
Yep. Man, dude, that was great. That was our current top 5. Like, there are still so many more anime to explore, to watch.
Like, yeah, I
And
mean, yeah.
there, like, I just know I have a long road ahead of anime to check out. And, you know, these are some of my favorites, but I still have so many more favorites, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like, guys, again, if you guys have your own favorites or, like, you want to talk about some of these songs, just leave it in the comments below. Promise you, this is just so good, and it feels so nice to talk about this stuff.
Absolutely. One thing I will say is that like going through everything and like watching all of the intros from like all of the anime I've basically completed was just such a great feeling, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
It really
Oh,
was
yeah.
a joy to just see everything that I've watching. It also kind of like they're like kind of highlights of the shows we've watched. So that was really enjoyable.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. It's just so good, and you know, it gets you ready for the show every single time, and that's what it's supposed to do. But you know, I think that's a good place to wrap up for today.
Oh yeah. I those intros got me pumped up, to
Oh
be
yeah.
honest.
Oh yeah, time to go watch some anime. That's essentially what we're gonna go do after this. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and you know, I'm really glad y'all came around and checked out what our favorite anime intros are. So, you know, for me, I just think like that's a good way to wrap it up. So, you know, we'll be here who knows when. It's unscheduled. So, have a good one, guys. Check you around next time. Can't wait. And remember to stay tuned. Bye.